Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Meditation Minyan. I am Rabbi Hannah Leslie Glazer of Congregation of Dat Re'im. So glad to be with you this morning, either in person, not in person, live on Zoom, or catching the recording afterwards. And we're glad for however you're connecting with us and glad you're here. So we are doing a series right now during the month of Kislev in the run-up to Hanukkah, where we are focusing on light and cultivating light. And we have been focusing on external light the last couple of sessions. Now we're going to be taking it inward. And it's a very special teaching or a concept that comes from the Sfat Emet, 1800s Poland. And he really brilliant Hasidic rabbi, and very applicable in a contemporary way in a lot of the things he teaches. And he mentioned a number of times something called the Nikuda Pinimit, which literally means Nikuda is a point and Pinimit is inside. So it's an inner point inside of us. An inner point that is a source of wisdom, a source of holiness, a source of connection with something greater than ourselves, but also a source of light. And so we're going to be focusing on the Nikuda Pinimit, and very excited to share that with you. So without further ado, we will get ready for relaxation first, and I'll invite you to get comfortable in your seat. Especially because we're going to be looking at some inner work. You want to sort of check in and make sure that the spine is aligned nicely, head over shoulders over hips. You want to take the shoulders, pull them up and back, and open up the heart space. See if you can pull the shoulders back and still relax them. So they're just kind of oriented backwards and together. The shoulder blades on the back. And then this kind of just opens up the heart and the chest. And we can breathe into that space and feel the openness. This is a wonderful posture exercise that we can do anytime, any point. But the heart openers are really wonderful. Just as a reminder about being present in the now and being open to the now. So as we're breathing into that heart space, you want to allow the shoulders to kind of just melt down in their place, still oriented backwards, but just relax them to the extent you can. And focusing on the muscles and the areas of the face, the eyes, the eye sockets, the jaw. I like to kind of wiggle my jaw a little bit to make sure it's loose. You can do that. The neck and the middle and lower back. The belly, the arms and the hands. You want to find a comfortable place for your hands to rest during our meditation. You may want to wiggle the fingers and then let them slowly float down to wherever they're going to be sitting. And we focus on the hips and breathing into the hips and allowing them to relax. Good deep breath all the way down into the belly and the hips. And then just let all the tension drain away, float away as the breath comes out. You can do that again. Next, we want to focus on the thighs and the feet. It's nice to have the feet touching the earth. It's grounding, just like having the hands touching our lap, touching the side of a chair. Feel the earth supporting your feet and your legs, and the chair or seat underneath you, supporting the rest of the body. You can breathe how it feels comfortable for you. If you want to try to slow down your breath, you just want to make sure that your out breath, you want to breathe in a little more deeply, and you want to make sure that your out breath is longer than your in breath. Or you can just breathe normally if you're already in a good spot with your breath. Breathing at a comfortable, relaxed rate. So the Sfat talked about the Nikuda Pinimit, the inner point, as a point of holiness, a spark of light, wisdom that exists inside every person. And we're going to focus on cultivating that consciousness today. It means inside each of us, there is that holy spark, that source of light. And the Sfat raises the point about the source of light and the Nikuda Pinimit very often. He's very insistent that it exists in everyone, no matter what we're going through, no matter what we may be feeling. The light is always there. And so it is a spiritual exercise to connect with that source of holiness, wisdom, light that is inside. Think of it like an inner Ner Tamid, an inner eternal light that never goes out. So maybe we may find that our Nekuda Pinimit is maybe, blocked by some things or covered with some things, like occluded in some way, but it's in there. And it is our meditation in this moment to explore it, to connect with it, however that feels appropriate for you today. And we can make it also the anchor for our meditation. Just as we were making the light the anchor for our meditation when it was external light, we want to be focusing on the inner light. What does it feel like? What does it look like? Does it have a color? Does it have a temperature, a warmth? Is it strong? Does it twinkle? And I want to encourage that whatever is coming up, whatever's coming forward, not to judge anything that comes up as regards our visualizations around this inner point. Just notice it and observe it. And if there's a judgment that arises in some way, just let it float away. And focus back in on connecting with that inner point and cultivating light. We're going to have another 5.5 minutes of silence now, and I'll be back in just a few minutes. Enjoy your meditation time. When you are ready, start coming back to the room. Open your eyes when it's ready. The inner point, our Nekuda Penimit, is there to connect with anytime, to remember that we are all created in the image of the Holy One, every one of us, and to be able to connect with that in ourselves, I find is a gift. And we'll talk about that, how that went in just a moment. But in the meantime, I want to thank everyone for joining our meditation. And we will see you next week. Happy Hanukkah. And we will be here next Tuesday for our special Hanukkah edition of Meditation Minyan, and look forward to that. Have a great week.